Okay. Okay. All right, I think we're live. I think we're live. I think we're good. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Because of course, you know, the tank is empty, but I need to wee very quickly. I will be back, people. I'll be back. I want it all. Okay, let me stop being weird. Guys, we are back. We are back. We are here. Yeah. Right. I have things planned for today. I don't know how it's gonna work out. You know, I don't know how it's gonna work out. We're gonna figure this shit out. We're gonna figure this shit out one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Drop of the line, drop of the hat. So if you didn't know, the Fox uploads 3 times a day. We got React Sloppa Cloppa that I like to sloppa cloppa and consume. And today, right on time, as I always am, I'm gonna portray my mental illness for you all. While I run around and do a little bit of the Magic Maze for you. But before that, we'll just do dailies so that I can test how the stream looks. Right. So you just full screen that, and then yeah, we'll just run off, complete a few of these dailies, and then I'm gonna do the Magic Maze a lot. We are trying to get cool little glasses, the Professor Specs, for the next cosplay. Okay, so that's essentially what we're getting into here. Hope you enjoy the content. We're gonna do a little bit of React Sloppa. I'll see how the latency is. Oh shit. I forgot. I usually listen to the things that have value in my life at 2x speed because I have a crazy Gunner brain. But Alana is good at 2x speed, but I prefer her at 1x. Strangely enough, I don't know why.
No, DBD's nuts. True and real.
True and real.
Alright, Flickasway video. Yippee! Yippee! I'm ready. Sold millions! The Saudis just gave EA $55 billion golden shower! Oh my god! Personally, I think $55 billion is too low. I think they got fleeced.
Saudi Arabia just bought EA for $55 billion. That's right, they just bought your whole childhood with the money they found between their couch cushions. The Crown Prince played Baelgorn
Oh, they own BioWare now.
and said,
Yeah.
Squidward just tried to diddle me, Papa. Make sure that shit never happens again. And honestly, good. Great. Praise Allah. There's nothing more American than selling yourself to the Saudis. They're buying everything right now. WWE, esports, real sports, comedy, even 100 AMC movie theater.
Oh no, not the comedy. I saw that. That was a big deal.
You know what they call a small
Bill Burr got
Saudi
bought out.
Arabia? A yacht. These Saudis are so rich that the only showers they take are golden. And when EA heard about these golden showers, they wanted in. And I know some people may have 9 to 11 reasons not to trust the Saudis, but I'll give you 8 reasons for why you should. First, I am bullish on the Saudis bringing back big old yams. For the past 10 years, all of EA's romance options.
I hope they don't start censoring stuff. Again, at the end of the day, one of my favorite games of all time, Dota 2, a Saudi prince made an anime by buying a studio or something like that of that nature to basically make a Dota 2 anime because he wanted it, man. 9 to 11 reasons.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Like
Well, we will get titties back. We will get titties back.
But no longer, Saudi Arabia.
Am I weird that I don't really see any like drawbacks from this? I don't know, man. I have no ill intent or, you know, dissuade opinions from my fellow Saudis. I don't know, man. I feel like everybody thinks like every Saudi person is a terrorist, and like, no. Then we would just call them Saudi. We wouldn't call them terrorists. You know, like how does this logic even occur? I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, of course, the culture has redeeming qualities. If it didn't, it wouldn't be a culture in the first place. So yeah, I mean, I have no problem with this. EA, Ubisoft, the bullshit conglomerate, they make the same game constantly with different weapons. And I'm just excited for a little bit of, you know, differences in culture to come into there. Maybe we'll get actual games that are dependent on, you know, the people who like playing them instead of the culture war that's going on in America with it. Who knows? Saudi Arabia does seem to be very, very different in terms of culture, what they accept and things. So yeah, I'm thinking there will be a lot less pandering, which is very good for me. Very, very good. But yeah, I honestly don't see a lot of drawbacks. I feel like a lot of the drawbacks are coming from people who just like to worry about random bullshit. It doesn't really matter in your life, you know? You're just gonna play the slop anyways. If you were an EA or Ubisoft fan, you probably didn't think too much about your games anyways.
It won't stand for this. These guys DoorDash Instagram models the way you DoorDash Taco Bell. Hell, look at their airlines. Their flight attendants look like Skyrim mods.
This is a Skyrim mod. It looks like it's The Sims. I'm not gonna lie. Chat, I think it's time to play Skyrim. I don't know.
And the next massive...
We're gonna get ankle fan service? Chat, they bought WWE. You really think that they're gonna waste their money and censor stuff and lose money on it? Like, think about it. At the end of the day, the Saudi princes are businessmen. Why would you invest a bunch of money just to not even make it back?
True.
I think that's a stupid decision. Why would you?
Oh, I need to put streaming on too. I need to put streaming on. So, I mean, of course, we were matching with anybody just then. But before we match with people, certainly want to do this and put streaming on real quick. I'm sorry. I'm being a bad streamer. Oh, I'm still going the wrong place. I'm nervous. Okay, anyways.
Ready for modestly dressed, big booty Latinas in Spain. And just when you think things can't get better, oil money is about to bring back your childhood pimp. Need for Speed, Army of Two, Dead Space, they're all gonna rise again. But don't expect a clean revival. This isn't Jesus now. This is Jenny from Forrest Gump. Now that you got that shrimp money, she's done snorting Elvis and blowing coke. Oh, she's back,
coming back. Yep.
She opened up a loot box and got hepatitis. What I'm saying is that the Saudis are gonna want to make a few content changes to the
Forrest Gump really did get screwed in that movie, man.
Games. You can have Dead Space, but all the babies are gonna have to be Ronaldo now. The Saudis love Ronaldo. We'll get to that later. Number 3, the Saudis have listened to your feedback, and we now get the privilege of having even more microtransactions in our EA games. Now when you divorce your wife and
Punch, cry, join, scream, divorce.
Yo.
You know how you walk into a room and then you forget what you're supposed to do? I sometimes think we're actually living in a simulation, and the person that's like playing me forgets to like put the input in.
True and
Yo, you
real.
wanna
True and
join
real.
Chat? I don't know. This guy looks really excited.
In Sims, EA gets half your real life bank account, half your retirement, and alimony for the next.
Now that is a real feeling. Like if you get saundered too deep, you know, you can just think that, hey man, maybe I'm not even in this body. Maybe the world is not even real. It gets a little weird, a little scary, a little freaky, a little freaky deaky. But it's just life. It's just life. Before I go in, let me make sure I have guidance for Pokemon because we are going for our lovely bro Cornigo. Here we go. So this is the guidance. What's a 10-minute one? More of those? I could just get a bunch of those. Yeah, let's get a bunch of this. 14. Actually, I'll use a few of these. A few of those. There's a few of these, and then I'll convert them to the smaller ones. Because I think I may just have to use like one of these. Right. But could be wrong. All right, back to the video.
Next 12 years. People think Saudis care about games having gambling like loot boxes and therefore
Nope.
microtransactions are gonna get nerfed. But this isn't gambling. This is economic diversification.
What was the term that they used in the EU Belgium summit of how to describe microtransactions? Like surprise interactions or something? Yeah, surprise mechanics. That was it.
Surprise mechanics. That's
They
crazy. That's
unironically
actually
said that
insane.
In court or whatever, like in Congress, at the EU Congress or whatever, dude. Surprise mechanic. Sir, these are not loot boxes. They're not gambling. They're surprise mechanics in our video game. And then they had to change that.
A book. Besides,
Don't forget
EA
that.
doesn't have a fucking choice. As a part of the deal, Jer Bear and the Funky Bunch dropped $20 billion on EA's head, and now they're actually the
Holy.
ones responsible for paying that debt off. If they can't,
That's it. They said it was a high risk loan too.
studios get shut down, Titanfall gets repoed to China, and now you gotta watch cough syrup ads every time you go to reload. If you work for entirely Arabian right now, the only thing standing between you and unemployment is a 12-year-old buying FIFA packs. Let me put this in less confusing terms. That's kind of like if I bought your house with $1 million that I got from a loan shark. Don't worry, you can still live there, but you're gonna pay my VIG. And if you miss one of my payments,
You're
I'm
outta
selling your
there.
shit as collateral, starting with your wife, then your fridge, then your fucking dog. This next one's a legitimately positive one. Number 4, many people think Saudi Arabia will remove the fabulousness from EA's games. I'm not sure about that. However, there are early...
I think so. I don't know.
I think they're only gonna remove it if it doesn't make money, and that's the thing, guys. Whether you want to see it as good for the culture or not, a lot of it doesn't make money. Now the stuff in Fortnite does make money. We probably won't get rid of that shit, but some of the woke stuff, it's just not as profitable as it was once seemed. And so, you know, Saudi's one of those kinds of companies that's just like, they don't give a fuck. They give less than 2 shits about your motherfucking social justice. So, you know, it's just a thing. I think, yeah, if they find a reason for it, if they find a way for it to still sustain and make cash, and maybe not. But I don't think, you know, definitely public opinion is like their main forte. I don't think they care. I don't think they care. What does the Fox have to say about it?
No, I'm not too convinced, but from what happened with the esports that they acquired and how Blizzard backpedaled very, very quickly, I think they might. But it's not for the reason of them saying, oh, well, we should do this because we don't like them gays in Saudi Arabia. I think it's more so that it doesn't sell. Yeah, maybe it'll be toned down. I don't know.
Reports that if you play as a woman in the next Need for Speed game, you won't be allowed
Gotta
to
make
drive.
that money.
But, no. This is inaccurate. You can drive as a woman now in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, just recently.
This is actually factually incorrect. They recently let women drive, but the women unironically don't want to
Yeah,
because they would prefer to get passenger princess.
Yeah, it's not also that, it's that it's still very predatory to drive, and also, you know, education and shit like that isn't really equivalently given out. So you know, imagine, you know, it's like you're brought open into this world where nobody really wants you there anyways, and everyone is incredibly aggressive towards you. You know, you're incredibly more likely to get pulled over, or suspected for doing dumb shit, or just yelled at or honked at, or just told bunches of random, so of course a lot of women was like, I'm still gonna probably take an Uber. You know, it's just like, and I've said this before, one of the event videos. It's just like, you know, the whole racism with black guys and shit. It's like, of course, African Americans are allowed in technically every space now. Doesn't mean we want to be in every space. Some spaces it just don't feel good to be in. You know, it's like a battle that is not worth the squeeze. Okay.
Incest and chauffeured around. They don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, who would want to deal with that shit? It's terrible. It's terrible. You would want to. No, driving sucks. Driving is ass.
$1 billion in oil money to buy it back? No, then take it up with the Crown Prince. That's how we do customer support now. Personally, I say do PlayStation next. 5 years from now, it goes to Yotai 2. You're gonna go to do a takedown, but you're gonna need a man's permission first. Number 5, expect a lot more desert maps. This isn't just me being an ass. Saudi Arabia literally just
Saudi Arabia? Did you just say Saudi Arabia?
This isn't just me being an ass.
That was pretty nasty. That was pretty nasty. I don't approve of that. That was pretty nasty.
I did.
They just paid Ubisoft to make a Mirage DLC in their backyard. Number 6, the suits never listen to the fans. We want Crisis, they give us another Madden. We want Need for Speed, they give us F1. Where the fuck's the rest of the car? But
more Forza, more this, more that. No, give me Need for Speed, man. Remake Need for Speed Most Wanted, please.
Saudis, if you want something made, you can just friend the Crown Prince on.
Okay, but Need for Speed in the desert would unironically be pretty dope. I don't know if that's ever happened before. If it has, I am severely undercultured. But what else is new? How much space do I have left in here? Oh, we got plenty. Torneko, where are you?
Steam and ask him really nicely. Better yet, gift him a game on Steam and maybe a few
Femboy Fuda House. Yeah. That's a game.
days later, if the Crown Prince likes it, bada bing, bada boom, Femboy Fuda gets a $1 billion budget sequel featuring Cristiano Ronaldo. That's another thing. Number 7, there's going to be a real small change to EA games moving forward. Ronaldo will be in every single one of them now. The Saudis are bullish on Ronaldo. They just paid him $700 million to stay in their lives for a couple more years. Hell, they just bought a whole fighting game franchise just so they could put Ronaldo in it.
Wait, what? Wait. Ronaldo's in.
I love Ronaldo so much. What is going on?
What is that, King of Fighters? Am I what? Am I going crazy? I've seen this video. I don't remember this part.
That looks so bad. Yeah, it does. It doesn't look like anything like him. I'm not gonna lie.
I schizoed out and missed the. What is that? A Ronaldo skin for a character? I don't know. No, that's literally him.
That's crazy. It's actually playable.
Love Ronaldo. Hope you don't mind this change. Number 8, EA might die from success. We've seen a lot of people die this year from success. Veilguard, Avowed, Concord, and you can't forget about the failed success of the year.
Oh my god. That smirch just gets me every time. That smirch just, he's so happy. Someone had to animate that, by the way.
Year, Ubisoft.
That's a smirch right there.
So hard
that is indeed a smirch.
IPs are now operated by China. I have no clue what success means.
China.
I know that you can't spell it without Saudi Arabia. I love Saudi Arabia. Come check out the famous beach.
Why can't you jork in the skating game?
Of Saudi Arabia. Come grab a beer and do some gambling with me in the jiggle joints of Saudi Arabia. Thank you to Saudi Arabia for using code Bail Money. Anything to add?
Bail Money.
Yeah.
I love money.
Yep.
I've become the jonkler.
EA Sports.
It's not technically slavery.
Oh my god!
Fake games. It's in the slavery. Woo! Chat,
Crazy shit.
I'm gonna say it. I think the average consumer does not give a fuck where their game
True.
comes from. Or
True.
where their phone comes from. Our
True.
phones are made with slavery in mind.
With bloody hands.
There's people who do this for
Bloody
less than
baby
25
hands.
cents an hour. That's basically
Bloody
slavery.
underdeveloped hands.
Come on. Do you
Yeah.
think people actually care that deeply? Would you give up your phone? I don't think so. I think you're gonna keep buying your new iPhone. Yeah. You little mother fricker.
And that is fine, people. That is fine. That is 100% A-okay.
For slaves? Well, technically you are a slave too, a wage slave in that sense.
Yes. Yes.
Alana, what?
We all are. We all are.
Tweeting how bad slavery is from your iPhone? Yup. Yup.
See, and that is okay, guys. It is okay to be a slave as long as we are self-aware. Self-awares of what we're inherently influencing, you know, promoting in general. Because, yeah, it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up, I ain't gonna lie. But everyone, I'm talking 110% of the population, are indeed slaves. What are we slaves to? Well, mostly ourselves. Mostly, you know, whatever opinions or thoughts we adhere to believe. Because none of the thoughts are really from you. None of your thoughts are really like your own, you know, creations. Just like you can't really create new, quote unquote. I'm putting quotes up, but you can't see my quotes because, for I am an animated avatar. Right, but you know, nobody ever creates new shit, essentially, because it's all been done to some extent. You know, to have a truly unique human thought is a crazy and almost impossible thing. We're just staring at the fox, so I'm gonna go ahead and hide her. Put them down there. I will jump through a few more hoops here to try and see if I can get Torneko to appear. But I'm not gonna hold you for more than an hour, so no worries there, guys. We're just vibing out for maybe another 20 or so minutes while I chat. I don't really have another react planned or anything. Nor did I really plan the one before this. We're just kind of vibing out. We're just kind of vibing out. I usually do start the mornings with a 7 a.m. Alana, and every other morning we will be having a long-form video of the dailies, like I just uploaded today at 7. A pretty good episode, good old creativity talk, I believe, is what we did. And yeah, the parts will still resume on the off days. I'm gonna put a schedule up probably today or tomorrow. Just saying when I upload, because I really do feel like that's all you need. You need to be a slave. But a smart slave, a calculating slave. I meant to buy a more damn coins slave, but that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. I think we have like a spare one to use that's like a level 90 boss. Or something of the other. You know, and it's the funny thing, I really think a lot of consumers really don't care, you know? And I think to be healthy in a generous way, sort of like a whole individual, you kind of have to have, to you know, like move with a healthy amount of uncaringness. That is a word, I don't know. But to truly disconnect and say, I don't need my phone or whatever, blah, 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 you're probably just lying to yourself if you really think that's the case. If you don't, you know, I would implore you just try going out without it for a week. I do know I can do that, but I do know the real world is something that's just, once again, not worth the squeeze for me to be a part of. It's much more profitable. Oh! It's much more profitable for me to use the internet to the best of my ability, and in small dosages. Like you guys realize, I am just now getting into other social media platforms like Patreon and Ko-Fi. I do not use Instagram. I do not use Twitter. I barely use Twitch. I am 110% only YouTube. And of course, you're still gonna get horrible stimuli from everything. But I feel like YouTube in general is just what I feel comfortable talking and being a resounding voice on. Anything else is just it's just Also, Torneco has a letter, so I will deliver his letter because he is amazing and he did everything I loved, everything I needed for him. What a champ, what a trooper! So I will definitely deliver his letter to his fam. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I didn't expect that. We got what we needed. I will probably finish up the dailies and then we'll just end up here. You know, we'll end up a little early, consequently. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I love that. I love that for us. Amazing, amazing. But yeah, we'll be doing morning things like this. I will probably get up and stream at 7 a.m. tomorrow or around that time. So we can do some dailies. It'll be another morning stream, night stream for my lovely Tokyoites, my Japaninites, my native Dragon Questers. My naked dragon. Did I just say naked? Oh my goodness. Chill, 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 chill. But what we will do today, we'll just finish up some dailies and do it like that. But yeah, I feel like in general, guys, we do have to be slaves to truly propel ourselves, and you gotta choose where you want to be a slave at, and concentrate that slave motion. Get consistent in it. Get in a balanced way that you feel like you can do for a extended period of time. I'm not saying forever, but an extended period of time. It's just like me in this silence, you know, fuck everybody period of life. It's not like I'm gonna be like this forever, but for now, I am staying very silent and I'm not talking to people. And I feel like for this phase, for a lot of guys, this phase is quite the conundrum because it's like, you know, you want to connect, but you feel like the connection to yourself and God is way, way, way more profitable at this point because, you know, I've given up a lot. I've given up a lot for the well-being and comfortability of other people. Excuse me, I had to fix my damn chair later. But I really don't feel like they utilized it in a way that helped me. I mean, they may be better off, but I certainly don't feel like I'm living in the life I deserve. Now, do I like it? Do I have fun? Am I extremely grateful for what I'm living and what I'm experiencing right now? That is right here to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can hear it in my voice. You can see through the fruits of my labor. I may not be the happiest, but like I'm able to move through it. I'm able to smile through the pain and just chill and vibe out, put my love where it needs to be. But while I'm in this state, I realize that I could be so much more. I could have so much more energy, vibrance, and love to give if I just stopped, you know, throwing it in random directions where it may not be as valued as it would be here if I just, you know, stopped by, gave it my all every once in a while, and just did my own fucking thing, man. And that's what you have to realize. You got to know you can't go where you are, where you're tolerated. You have to go to where you are celebrated. Celebrated over tolerated. Because this respect thing, it's very weird. It's a very, very weird road to walk for people. For me, it's one of the most valuable currencies, so I've always chosen to freely give it. You know, no matter what. That's like my MO. It's like if it's respect, then I have to give it out freely and openly. Because it doesn't cost anything. You know, but what happens when, of course, it's the thing I value the most, and I'm not getting it the way I want to receive it, and it's just this funny thing, right? It's like when you're really hungry and your friend's like, look at this, I made you this cake, and you were hungry for the pizza, and you're like, thank you so much. But it's like you're not respecting yourself or your own wants or the God in you when you just accept that stupid bullshit that they give you, you know? It's dumb. It's dumb, but it's what we do. You can't discount yourself for essentially just being human. You know, accepting the things that we are given. But at a certain point, instead of forcing your will onto people, you have to decide to just disconnect, man. I'm gonna be a slave to something else. I'm not gonna be a slave to all these opinions and stupid things going on and all this bullshit. You gotta choose something else. But yeah, we are all slaves. You can't get out of that. You can't get out of the Saudi slavery, man. They're gonna work you to the bone. Either the world works you to the bone, or you work yourself to the bone, and that's a pitiful reality. But you gotta realize when the world is this easy, when life is this stupidly easy, they gotta fuck us over somehow. Because that's what's profitable. You know, the pain, the anguish, the hate, the goon. Um, that's what makes the money. That's what makes the tosh. So, I guess we're all just along for the ride, huh? Along for this crazy train. Makes me feel awkward. Makes me feel like I don't know how to feel, you know, when it comes to... Oh, I think I already did dailies on this, actually. I definitely did. I definitely did. I definitely did. I'll go check it anyway, so. Yeah, it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. You know, when you realize it's all just a game of whoever has enough money, whoever has enough power, enough force to force upon their will. And that's never how I've liked doing things, man. Whenever I get, you know, with someone or, you know, discover a friend or whatever, I always want them to want it. And this is going to sound really, really awkward and manipulative, but I always want them to want it more than me because I really don't care. And it sounds so bad, but like I've had so many awesome people and awesome friends just come in of my life and out of my life, and I get tired of them all. I'm not even gonna lie. Even the people I really, really love, there's a certain point where I'm just like, yeah, I see your goods, I see your flaws, and I just don't want to see them. I just don't care. Look at that. I didn't do the daily, so it's a good thing I did over here. Let's make sure I get this done. But yeah, it happens, and I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, I think we have to be honest with ourselves and just be like, I don't have to force them to change into my will and what I want to do and what I just have to lead by example. So that's why I've always been comfortable with letting people lead into me, you know, and I'm discovering, you know, that not everybody's as good as me. Not everybody does, you know, the golden rule and treats people how they want to be treated. But I can still do that. I just have to realize then when I get different results than from the way I treat them, then there is a process that we have to go through, you know, process of elimination. And you don't have to do this in an evil way. You can just stop. You can just cut off communication. You can just be like, well, I am no longer engaging with this. And, of course, to not seem superly, brutally evil, I suppose you could say I'm just disengaging with everyone. You know, you whoever wants it, you know, can't get it. I'm not just choosing one person to be like, you are the chosen one. I'm like, no. For now, I don't want a partnership because that's what a lot of people want. You know, a lot of people just want to be friends and I help you and you help me and we're a beneficial relationship. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, no, man. I want a pet now. I want a pet now because I'm never gonna be accepting of somebody else's output. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna say, but I could do more, they could do more, blah 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 blah. But essentially, I think I just want the respect. And in partnerships, usually, just in my experience, the respect comes far, far later after you've done some amazing, incredible, superhuman feat. Nobody actually wants to help you during, after, around, you know, in the area of. It's a little sad, actually. I think I'm experiencing a couple of dropped frames, so I'm going to see where that's coming from. Try and fix this. Maybe if I reload the device, it might be overheating because we've been going for a clean 30, so it might be overheating. Let's see if I can go ahead and reset this. Yeah, error occurred. Okay. So it wants me to restart it. Hold on 1 second with the feed, guys. We got to reset the beach. Let me just go to my break screen. Music's gonna stop here real quick. Alright. Unplug that. I should probably add music to this screen too, just because I feel like I should have it. Let's see, audio outputs. Okay. Let's go here, add existing, Windows. Okay. And there we go. Little tunes. You can also hear a train in the background. How lovely. How lovely. Okay, so this should be back up and running. Reset this real quick. OBS. Go back to USD. OBS. Glorious. OBS. Glorious. Eyes in the nose. Okay. So it's still a little laggy. Hopefully it doesn't show up as laggy when I upload it. But nevertheless, we're just doing a couple more dailies here. I saw it was looking pretty okay during the reacts, the reacts. So maybe it'll shape up. Will you shape up, son? Will you shape up, son? I'm trying to get it all looking good and sexy. Anyways, be comfortable with your masters, man, because if you realize you're doing something that you really don't 100% agree with or appreciate or think is valuable, and you realize it too late, you're gonna be locked in, and it's gonna seem like you're the asshole, you're the immoral one, you're the monster. You know what I'm saying? So be comfortable with your masters. I'm okay with calling video games my master. I'm okay with calling working out my master and music my master because I am using them in different ways. But we all have slave masters. If you don't know who it is, you should probably find out. You should probably look into that. No one is free from slavery. And the scary part is we're all lying to ourselves about it. But you have a choice, man. You have a choice. You know, you can disconnect from the system, or you can keep playing the retarded game, because the people who are playing the retarded game and trying to give you guidance to get out of it, they still haven't made it out. So, you know, maybe build your own guide using people who you see and value as mentors or whatever. I'm not saying join a course or get a book or whatever the fuck. What I am saying, my friend, is that there's inherent value in building your own path. And I know it's going to be hard, it's going to be confusing, you're going to have to trick yourself a lot of delusion, a lot of obsession. But I think it's worth it. You know, it's worth it to become your own slave. It is. It is. Hey, I gotta pet this guy's pot, you know? I gotta pet this guy's pot. No problem. But yes, my friend, it is a long time coming, okay? We need to discover the power within ourselves. To, sorry, I got a little thing in my teeth. To propel out of the society, and to realize to get out of the society, you basically have to go to space. You basically just have to travel through the goddamn stratosphere. And of course, to do that, you got to disconnect with it. So that's my little 2 cents on the matter. I don't know if you care or not. I don't know if I care or not. You know, I'm just kind of throwing it out there. These are not well-polished thoughts, but they are ones that I jumble over and ruminate over quite a bit, because, you know, what else is a neurodivergent person to do? What else is, you know, someone who has been diagnosed with multiple illnesses to do? But, you know, take those opinions, take those analyses of my retardation, and all these damn thoughts in my head, which once again aren't even mine, and decide, you know, hey man, I have to lock into something. What is truly causing you pain is the inaction, you know? Because that's all love is. That's all love is. It is not really the slavery or the anguish or all the bullshit that's inside of us. The love is the action. It's what you do for the person, you know? It's not really, you know, the feeling. And people always say it's like the thought that counts. It's like, not really though. Not really though. Because whenever you're saying the thought that counts, it's because, you know, they fucked up somehow along the action statement. And if it was the thought that counted, and you would have thought about it a little bit more, and the action would have came off A little bit better, in my opinion, you know. So that's one of the pet peeves of phrases in my eyes. You know, it's not really the thought that counts; it's the action behind it that really matters. The minute we start thought policing and counting what people think, society is pretty much over. And I don't want that. I hope you don't want that. But I can't force you to want things. I can't force you to want things. I can't force you to need different worldly possessions or lives. You gotta lead your own. You have to become your own slave, which sucks. You know, I'd say this would be really bad if I was like a normal guy. I'd feel really pissed off about this kind of thing. But luckily I'm not. Luckily I'm incredibly neurodivergent, incredibly weird, and I wake up at incredibly awkward times and do incredibly awkward streams. So, you know, doesn't really matter for me. But for all you average guys, I understand why you're angry. You know, you were born with a regular skill set and you're still being treated like garbage. And then all the average girls, we're not going to talk about you. You can figure out your life from a female content creator. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. But guys, we all just have to choose wisely. Guys and girls, we just have to choose wisely. Lock into what you want to lock into. Breathe your own goddamn air. Nobody else is going to breathe it for you. And that's about it for me. We went about 40 minutes in. 20 minutes off my schedule. But I feel like this has been a good, heartful insight to life. Maybe we learned some things. Maybe we learned to love, huh? I learned to hate. Okay. Whatever, man. I think I'm pretty much done. I appreciate you guys stopping by. We're ended off here. Peace out, people.